Hello everybody, today is finally the day, but first, this is Jeff. I got him because I accidentally started a raid when a pillager fell into the slime farm and got killed by a trident killer. That counts as a player kill, and then I walked over here by the iron farm, which is technically a village, and it started it. But moving over here, I put the fences up so that wouldn't happen again, and made a bit of an entrance. Finally. But, as you see from the title, I have finally gotten the last chest filled up. This is 1 million slime blocks. Actually, it's like 1,002,000, a little bit of extra, just in case. So, this is going to take forever. I now get to pack all of these into shulker boxes. All of these chests plus these, and it goes back one more. I luckily do have a ton of shulker shells now. I didn't have that when I started this. It took like 7 months to get all the slime balls, but I have plenty of shulker shells, and yeah, here they are. This should be good enough. It's just like 550 chests, or 550 shulker boxes, so that should be enough. I also did go ahead and throw magma blocks in here and took out the tridents. Here's all the tridents. I did go ahead and gather up all the tridents I had, and it was enough for 4 in each killer, and that made them last longer. Didn't really kill quicker, but they can get dislodged a lot, and that made them last longer. They'd go overnight without stopping. Time to get these shulker boxes crafted up and these put into shulker boxes. This is gonna take forever. Okay, that literally took 5.5 hours. It's the next day, and that's still used up like, what is it, 8, 9, 10, almost 11 chests. All filled with shulker boxes filled with slime blocks. Got all the chests out of here, as you can see. That was insane. Now time to make the 9 trips back and forth. Oh, and here's how many shulker shells that used up. This was full. Okay, so I've emptied my ender chest into this chest here. That will make this a lot quicker. And now I'm just going to load up on all of these. Okay, there. So I can take, I believe that's 58 shulker boxes at once, and there's like 550. Off I go. Okay, there is 1 trip. And there's 2. Do you know how much of a catastrophe it would be if I somehow died and lost all of these slime blocks in my inventory? It's 16 double chests worth of slime blocks. My slime farm is not very good. It's producing well under what it should be. And this would literally take weeks to get back. So hopefully that doesn't happen. 3, 4, 5. I definitely didn't forget to empty the ender chest last time. 6. I have fire resistance now because the tunnel wasn't loading in properly. This game has hurt me too many times. I don't trust it. Why are there husks? That's what those are called, right? Okay, apparently it was night. That's weird. 7. 8. It was getting long, so I made another row. This wasn't supposed to look like a slime, but it kind of turned out that way. Looks like it's crying. Probably because I killed all of his friends. 9. 10. Okay, this is random, but why do chickens keep killing themselves on this little cactus farm? I built this little cactus farm and built that big cactus farm, and I haven't taken it down yet. And there's always chickens killing themselves from this. All of these chickens killed themselves on this damn cactus farm. I'm sure there's more that I just misplaced. But that's over 100 chickens. Why? Just why? And 11. That is it. I also put down some chests. So I'll be able to put the empty shulker boxes in. And that only took about an hour and 25 minutes. The next part is going to take about 70. So I guess I should start by just laying out the frame. Oh yeah, I completely forgot to mention that the desert is flattened, or at least this area. I did some of it on live stream, and actually just most of it I wound up doing off camera. I got it all the way down to sea level, Y level 63, and oh my god, was it annoying to remove out all the stone and coal. That wasn't fun. and I'm gonna have to do a lot more. Okay, frame is done. I forgot to start recording again after that last time that I slept. But yeah, this thing is massive, and now I get to fill it in. Oh my god, it's so big. So now time to get into this time lapse. See you in a couple hours. But first off, sorry if it's a bit jittery because I of course have to sleep because there's no spectator mode. They're working on one, but I'm pretty sure it'll disable achievements, so I can't use it because it goes through blocks. But they could just make one that wouldn't go through blocks, so it could be used in a world without disabling achievements. But that would make sense. So Mojang's not going to do it. Anyways, see you in like a week or two. Okay, and with that, I'm halfway done. You might be wondering what the hell just happened in between cuts. Well, it's almost a year later, and I ran into nothing but problems getting to this point. I had time-lapsed the first bit of building this, but my SSD failed, and I had to use my flash drive to reinstall Windows and get it put on the new one, and I didn't realize that I still had the time-lapse footage on that flash drive. I thought I had moved it to my hard drive, and so I lost that. I think I have just like part of the building the frame, and that's it. I did eventually, after like not too much work on this, wind up just giving up on time-lapsing. It's just way too difficult on Bedrock. And you know, the main reason I lost the files is because how long this is taking. It's been almost a year. That is because I just kept having issues. The game completely corrupted, and as you might notice, this is a custom skin because I'm on PC now. I had to move the world over to PC because it just kept not wanting to load, and that was like this. It was for a second time. I had the world basically corrupted, but I managed to fix it. Last time an update fixed it. This time I had to like reinstall Minecraft over and over again. The only way you can move worlds is by putting them on a realm. Fun story about that. It took hours to get it on the realm. After all, we're already spending hours trying to get the world working again. But yeah, there's not much I can do in terms of recording this. I can't first person time lapse it because you're not gonna see anything. It's gonna look awful. It's boring. I have been working on it 6 Oh yeah, I forgot to explain this. At one point, there was a change. So slime blocks, I am pretty sure were not, it's been so long, I don't even remember at this point. Slime blocks, you used to be able to walk faster than this on, but I had tried pillaring up. That took way longer and required using a bunch of elytra durability and falling and taking damage, and it just wasn't good. I do burn through quite a few carrots because I'm sprint jumping the whole time. It takes about, I think, did I say it takes about 45 minutes a layer between all of that and the fact that this is just an extremely boring thing. Really did not think this one through. It's just hard to get the motivation to do it, but things are going to be changing with this series going forward because the last video in this series, which came out 10 months ago at this point, was also delayed because of an issue. That's when the world completely crashed, corrupted, whatever. Enough of me rambling on. I'm going to get this half of this done. It's another tens of hours. I'm not sure the exact math. I should have done that before this, but I'll get into more of this series future when I'm done with this. I'm going to finish up. Hopefully I'm able to get it done relatively soon. It's like April 12th or maybe 13th now because it's past midnight. So we'll see. Hopefully I'm able to get it done. I know 1.20 is coming out soon, so I want to get it done with a decent amount of time before that for reasons I will get into once again when I have this done in a few days. And I'm hopefully more awake. I just need to get this over with at this point. This project, I first thought this up years ago. Literally at this point, like 2 years ago. So it just needs to get done. Okay, it has been about a month, and as you can see, quite a bit of progress. There's 25 layers to go. It would be possible for me to get this done quicker than I have been going, but it is just so damn boring doing the same thing. These last 25 layers should take around 19 hours. So yeah, I guess I'll see you when I'm a bit closer. Okay, it is exactly 1 week later and just 10 more layers to go. Yeah, this is just painful at this point, but it may seem like this shouldn't take too much longer. You're still looking at about 7.5 hours of work, but it could take a bit longer than that because there are not many slime blocks left. There are about 80,000 slime blocks here, plus in my inventory, roughly, and I'll need roughly 100,000. So I don't know what happened. I guess I screwed up the math at some point, or maybe I left some back at the slime farm. I found these three in the chest over there where I was putting the empty shulker boxes. I went through all the other chests, and these were the only three, so I think I'm gonna go back over to the slime farm and see if there are any more over there. Okay, so there wasn't any large amounts of slime. There was, however, some in the from the farm itself, some slime balls that I was able to craft up into one, plus that many. And I'll be needing probably about this many more to make up the difference. I don't know if I lost them somehow or if I just screwed up the math, but I should have had a few thousand, so basically a couple shulker boxes extra. It's something like 270 shulker boxes that I needed. I'm not exactly sure. The farm is actually still working, thankfully, and pretty well at that. It just made a few stacks while I was sitting here. Did, however, I don't know if I showed this, removed the tridents and put in magma because the trident killers are not exactly reliable, and I needed it to kill them so they wouldn't fill up the mob cap and produce lag. So I think I'm going to probably go back and forth between AFKing here and working on it, which is in all reality probably how I should have just done this in the first place, because then I wouldn't get too bored of just placing blocks all the time. But I wanted to have the million at once, and that would have been the better way to go about it, because then I could, work on it for a little bit, and then when I get sick of it, come back to AFK to get the more that I need. But I'm going to get to work on doing that, and hopefully see you when it's done. Hopefully soon. Why did I say see you when it's done? That doesn't make any sense. I can't see you. It is finally done. Oh my god. I gotta get a view of this. And there it is. It doesn't load in very well, but this is ridiculous. Look at that. 1 million blocks of slime. Funny story, I came back out here to finish the last layer and wound up being 20 blocks short of being able to finish. And yeah, it really doesn't load in very well. Something to do with the blocks being transparent, I believe. It's hard to even get it in frame. As for how long it took, about 81 hours and 364 days. Lots of problems, obviously, like I talked about earlier in the video, is why it took that long. I could have done the 80 hours, obviously, in a much shorter amount of time than that. It is June 1st at 1 a.m., 2023. I started June 2nd, 2022, so almost a year. With how long this took, I've gone back and forth on this, but I have finally decided that this will be the final episode of Survival Series 2, so I can switch to Java and get way more done in way less time and not just have to deal with all of the bedrock nonsense. I'm gonna put out a video probably within the next few days talking about all the reasons in a bit more detail why I'm switching, but it just is becoming too much. I know it's going to get to a point where the game's going to crash or something and I'm not going to be able to get the world back. I'm going to be forced to switch anyways, so I might as well just do it. So I will be doing a bit of a world tour here. So I think I should go back to where it all began, which was right here on these trees. This is the exact spot, maybe this one or this one, where I spawned in for the first time. I didn't have coordinates on, so I just had to do a bit of a scavenger hunt around. And oh my god, there is a village right there. So I went off looking for a village, but I didn't go this way, and I knew it was close, but I never knew it was that close. Instead, I ventured off in this direction. I came through here, and I actually believe this is the exact spot where I got pumpkins for the first time. 4 years ago, by the way, and you'll start to see some stuff. I came up and around here and saw a village, and as I walked past here, I talked about how I wanted to make my base a giant 100 by 100 hole. I actually first mentioned it in the very spot where I would build it. It took forever to get down in the very first video, which I was just watching a little bit ago. I said, oh, it'll probably take me about 10 hours. Yeah, it took a lot longer than that. And I built this ugly storage room, which I was actually planning on tearing down and completely redoing. I redesigned it. I don't have a proper storage system at all in this world. After 4 years, I built the million block, slime cube, whatever I'm going to call it, before I had a storage system. Initially, I set up shop right over here, and this is basically my base. Definitely gonna start in more of an enclosed area the next time around, because I did have a creeper blow me up a few times. I think I might have lost the original map. I was gonna use that to try and find the spot. Oh yeah, when I was over here bone mealing carrots, I saw this naturally spawning pink sheep and captured it. I've actually captured quite a few of them. I think this is like number 4 or 5, although a couple have despawned. I think most of them actually. I have my bees that I got when the update came out and never really did anything with them. And this very jank makeshift village that has a lot of my librarians. Now heading back towards spawn, we can get a little glimpse of, I believe that is a zombie spawner. I turned it into a little bit of a copper farm when that was added. We can see my gold farm, which I have expanded and upgraded a few times, a few different ways. Down here is yet another example of how bad of a builder I am. Auto sorting the gold and the rotten flesh and trading it away in here. I wondered if this still worked. The links to all of the farms and contraptions you will see in this video are in the description. I have a Google Doc of all of them. I, of course, didn't design any of this, except for whatever this monstrosity is to get the redstone signal up there. Back over at my sad excuse for a base, going down into the mine to find the nether portal where I first entered the nether, and into my honestly pretty ugly tunnel. That way going to the gold farm, but we are going to head this way. Off in this direction we have my blaze farm and the portal to the end. Not going to be going there, but I have my shulker farm out there from the last video. The entire tunnel system, which is something like 10,000 blocks long, has blue ice, which was like 400,000 blocks of ice I had to mine. I'll show you that in a minute. And here we have my little Piglin trading center with Pablo. As we arrive at my little farming industrial area, whatever you want to call it, like 4,000 blocks away. It started off with this mob farm. This is just a general purpose mob farm. It actually stopped working. I think I was debating on tearing it down. Then, of course, I can't remember the exact word. I think next was the iron farm over here. Half of the villagers that were over there got turned into witches. And then, of course, over here, we have the quad slime farms, which were not all that good. 7 months of on and off AFKing, and also probably took me a few months to just build the things. So now that I'm here, I suppose I should. I forgot to mention this back by the slime block. Why did I do this? Why did I build that? Well, it started off as, oh, I could make it like a hollow version of that. It's like 100 by 100 by 100. Oh, that looked cool inside. Then I thought, what if I filled it in? That'd be a million blocks. That'd look good in a YouTube title. And then I spent 2 years doing it. Couple more things I should mention is this insane cactus farm, which goes all the way up to the old build limit, and I have only ever used it to get bone meal. It's actually gotten me quite a bit. And then we have here this massive creeper farm I built, which is where I got all the rockets from, and oh god, I'm actually almost out of rockets. And of course here is Jeff, which it might seem like I just got a Jeff, but of course that clip was from a year ago, so he's been here a while. I guess I'll never do anything with him. Now if I head this way, there's a snow biome where I built this pretty large ice farm. This is where I got all the ice for the nether tunnels. And it is actually, I built it big enough to where by the time I get all the way through it, I can double back and the first one will be regenerated back into ice. I believe I watched through like the first 10 seasons of South Park while I was getting all that ice. I tried various different ways of making this faster. Bit of an aerial shot of the farming area, industrial district, whatever I want to call it. Time to go back into the tunnels. Oh yeah, I forgot to show George, who is a chicken. I was eventually going to build a place for George, but I guess I'm not now. Sorry, George. Coming a couple thousand blocks, kind of the opposite direction from the hole as, well, the base, whatever the hell I want to call it, as the industrial area, is the first mob farm I actually built. It's one of those classic ones, but it never exactly worked all that well. As you can see, I tried hooking up dispensers, but I had issues getting it powered because this does not power it for whatever reason. This llama wound up here. I was going to do something with it too. This might be the first bubble elevator I ever built. Now if we head in this direction a little ways, we come across yet another village. I made this trading hall. I had turned all of these guys into stonemasons, but them running around was just a bit of a pain in the ass, and I had to get a bunch of quartz for that tunnel, so I wound up making another one of these halls. Continuing on this direction, we have this village, which wound up becoming more of my librarian village. I found a mending villager and locked him in this room. Here he is. I had actually found another mending villager on a village like that way from the base, but it was quite a bit farther out. I do have a portal set up there. I don't know if I'll go out there. Probably won't. I haven't been there in years. But I wound up putting pretty much all the enchants through these guys. I was also lucky to find a skeleton spawner here, and it was actually kind of out in the open. You can see where I had to patch it up a bit, and some creeper explosions happened here. But I haven't really used it in forever, seeing how I have better ways of getting XP, and if I want bone meal, I can just get it from my cactus farm. There's also this floating sand overhang, which looked pretty cool. I actually said something about, oh, eventually something's gonna happen, it's gonna get updated, and it's gonna fall, but it never did, unless it does now. Back to the nether. My first netherite mine and my little base camp here. Got quite a bit of nether gold ore. Oh, that's the first time in a minute I've been in open nether like that. And oh god, mistakes were made. This is where my tunnel bore is, and I forgot that I'm not wearing gold armor, and there's a lot of assholes. Now I just want to get out of here alive. Okay, back to safety. I hate the nether and gas and everything in it with a passion. And you can bet I'm going to be using the nether roof in Survival Series 3. But that just leaves this area, so this is, you know, whatever. My mining desert, that was the original use for this, and not long after I had come out here for the first time, I believe, I had decided that I was going to build this thing, and I wasn't exactly sure where I was going to put it, but then I decided, okay, I'm flattening this area anyways, that'll make it easy. Down here is where I used a wither killer thing. Oh, yeah, these towers, you probably saw one at the hole too, it's just for a second account to record, but that doesn't work very well. I was going to flatten this entire area, so I started mining some dirt because I was needed dirt for another project I was going to do. It'll probably happen in some capacity on Java, but Survival Series 3. But yeah, this is actually quite a large desert besides this little plains area, which I was going to use for dirt anyways. And this goes quite a ways, and I was going to mine this all the way down. And over time, this whole thing would have been flat in a massive flat area, which would have been cool, but oh, look at that monstrosity. Yeah, I actually planned going in that much in depth, but just a bit of a walk down memory lane. I am genuinely kind of sad to see this world go, but it's just for the best that I switch to Java, and hopefully that world will be able to last much, much longer. One thing I have to do first. Y level 63 is where the top of that is. You can build pretty much all the way up here now, which is crazy. Don't kill me, 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 don't kill me. About 40 blocks. Yeah, that was a crazy bounce. I obviously didn't need to make it this big to do that. Kind of disappointed all the power didn't launch me to space. That's the real reason I did this. Yeah, I think that is it for Survival Series 2. I've never actually ended a proper series like this. I don't know what to do. So I guess I will see you in Survival Series 3 on Java Edition. I had wanted to get it started before 1.20 so I could get a bunch of netherite tools and stuff before it became more difficult to craft them. But that's probably not going to happen now. I'll probably just let it wait, and then I can get the new cherry blossom biomes, I guess, closer to spawn. And I guess all the archaeology stuff, I'm not really all that excited about that. But this has been Minecraft Survival Series 2. Thank you so very much for watching. Goodbye.